Hi friends, I am Rijo. Today we are planning to discuss the topic Azure Firewall Rules. It's a continuity of my previous video. So if you don't watch my previous video, please watch. I will give the link in the below description. Okay. So what is the learning objective today? We are planning to discussing basic concept of Azure Firewall Rules and Azure Firewall Dnat rules and Azure Firewall Network rule, Azure Firewall Application rule, and demo how to we can create the Azure Firewall rules. So we will go for our learning object. What is Azure Firewall Rules? Control your traffic both inbound and outbound in the virtual network or in the hybrid network. So now you understand the concept. So you need to, if you need to control your network, what network you need to allow, what network you need to deny. So you can use this all from the Azure Firewall, creating the rules. So just I will show you one diagrammatic representation, then you can easily understand. So here you can see this is your structure of your networking diagram. So here you can see your firewall is there and you have two VM, production VM and one for the development VM. The development VM needed to access the internet. Okay, basically in the Azure Firewall and by default all the network traffic will be denied. You need to give the access for the development VM to the internet. How to we can process in this? Once you will give the rule, you develop one rules in the firewall. Then after that firewall will be processing that rules. So they will check the rules is okay. Then they will give the allow the connection for the internet. The same concept in the outside some user needed to access your production virtual is like a remote desktop connectivity. Then also you need to implement some rules, then the firewall will be processing that rules. If it's okay, then they will transfer your traffic to the production VM. So the basic concept of what is the traffic needed to allow and what is the traffic we need to deny, the Azure Firewall will be processing this request. So it depends on your whatever the rule you implement in the Azure Firewall. So now you understand the concept of the Azure Firewall. Next, what's the type of rules available in the Azure Firewall? There are the destination, network address translation rule, and network rule and application rule. So we will next slide we will describe each one. So just we will go for our next slide. So what is destination network address translation? Translate and filter the inbound traffic based on your firewall public IP address and specified port number. So I will show you one example. Enable remote desktop connection to the virtual machine. So this is your basic architecture. So this production VNet and this is the production your web server. They needed to access remotely from the user needed to access your the production VM. How to we can give the access? So example the user needed to connect from the outside network. Then you need to implement your rules. So this rules is called the destination address translation because you need to connect outside network to your web server like a production. So this is your destination. So that is a destination network address translation. So first the user will be connected to the your virtual machine. How to they will connect? They will first you connected to your firewall because they will connect your firewall public IP address. So here you can see. So first they will connect your public IP address. Then after that you implement some rules. You create your rules in the Azure Firewall public IP plus ports, and then they will translate your rule to. Then they will translate your public IP to the private IP for the remote desktop. You can see here first you need to hit the connection to the public IP address. The user hit the public IP address of the firewall. After that we implement the rule. When that connection will be coming, they will translate your traffic to the private IP remote desktop connection with the port. So you can see now the RDP connection is going on. So here you can show how to we can rule the configuration. You need to enter the name of your rules and priority. You can know lower number have the higher priority. So source address. So specify the source IP address of the range, and destination IP address means enter the public IP address for your Azure Firewall. Source address means if you example before example, if coming from the internet, right, your store you can put star, or because you don't know what is the IP address always. If you have specific IP address, you can give the specific address range. Okay, so destination address, enter the IP address for the Azure Firewall, and destination port, whatever the port you need to open, specify the port which traffic will be received, and translate that address, enter the private address. So first we enter the public IP, so where you want to translate, where you want to connect your source. So then enter the private address which the traffic should be forwarded. So what is our previous example, the translation address means our private address in the that the virtual machine. So we enter that one. Then translate what is the port will be receive the traffic, specify the port private IP which traffic should be redirected. So now we will discuss for the Azure Firewall network rules. So what is the network rule means? This rule are based on your network layer and your transport layer. So what is their main component? IP address, port, protocol. So here you can see one example. Allow the outbound traffic to access the DNS server at a specific IP address using the port 53. So here you can see our diagram representation. So the production needed to access the production virtual machine needed to access for your DNS server. So they needed to access some of the DNS server to 0517136. So this you needed to give your Azure Firewall, implement the Azure Firewall network rules. So in Azure Firewall network rule will be allow the 205.171 DNS server and port 53. So once you allow this one, the user, the who is the user in the subnet production, the production virtual machine, needed to get the access for your DNS servers. So their major component is IP address, ports and protocol. So the traffic will be passed here, and then they will check the rule is available or no. If the rule is available, they will allow. If no rule, they will deny. So currently the rule is available, they will give the access for your DNS server. So now you understand what is the Azure Firewall network rule. So the configuration of network rule configuration, name of the rule, and priority, you need to set the priority. Lowest priority number have the higher value, and you need to provide the action, what is allow or deny. Allow means you permit the traffic, deny means you block the traffic. Then you need to give the source address, specific the source address of the range, and destination address, where you want to go, this is the destination address. So that previous example, our source address means our private IP address of our virtual machine, and then the destination address is our DNS server. So destination ports also, what port needed to receive the transaction, and the protocol you can choose TCP or UDP. So now you understand the network rule configuration. So we will go for the next rule. So next we discuss about the application rule. So what is the application rule means? This rule filter the based on traffic based on full qualified domain name, URL and HTTP or HTTP protocols. So full qualified mean you can allow or deny traffic to the specific domain. Full qualified means example www.google.com, that is a full qualified domain. Okay, and URL HTTP or HTTPS traffic, you can specific path or allow or deny. And protocols, you can use the filter based on your protocols like HTTPS or HTTP. Okay, so I just show you one example, then you can easily understand. Allow outbound traffic to access the Microsoft website. So here you can see in the diagram, the sales department needed to access the website is Microsoft www.microsoft.com. So you needed to implement the full qualified domain rule in your Azure Firewall. So allow full qualified www.microsoft.com. Then after that, the rule will be created. Then the user will be access, the sales user will be access the your internet connection www.microsoft.com. So now you understand how to we can implement for the application rule. So now we show you the what is the application rule configuration is available. Name, priority and actions and protocols. So this you need to implement. The name means name of the rule, priority means set the priority, and action allow or deny the permit the traffic. Then after that protocol HTTP or HTTPS. So now you understand what is the concept of the application rule configuration. So just we will now go for the demo of Azure Firewall rule. I just plan to do the Azure Firewall rule like this network topology. So what I plan to implementing, I just plan to implement one virtual network, Azure Firewall VNet. Then I just implement the Azure Firewall. Then I just make one production VM. So I just implementing Dnat rule, network rule, and application rule. So what I do for the Dnat rule, I need to connect the remote desktop connectivity through my production VM outside the public network. And then I plan to do the network rule. Network rule, I just the production VM needed to connect the outside one web server. I just make one demo web server. Then I need to connect through production VM. So applications rule, I just plan to give the production VM needed to give the website, a full qualified website like a www.microsoft.com. So production VM can get the access for the www.microsoft.com through the application rule. So I just plan to allow one inbound rule and two outbound rule. Okay. So we will go for the Azure portal. Hi friends, I know I reach our Azure portal. So first we need to create the resource group. Just click the resource group, then just click create. Then here we need to enter the resource group name RJFW demo. Okay. Then we choose the East region. I just change it to the region West US. Okay. Then we need to next, then review and create. So just click create. Okay. So now we create our resource group. Okay, resource group creation is completed. So next step, we need to create our virtual network. So just click virtual network. Then after that, just click create. Then after that, we need to select our resource group RJFM demo. Previously we created. Then here we need to enter the name of your virtual network, Dnat Firewall demo. Okay. After that, region the same region. Then click next. The security is default. Then here we need to choose our address space. I just go for 1.0.0. Then the size 16. Okay. Default I remove. Then I need to add the subnet. Just click. Then subnet purpose I just go for Azure Firewall. Then after that we need to give the IP address range here. So the size 26 automatically created. Then click add. So our Azure Firewall subnet created. I need also now production VM also need. Then VM prod. Okay. The size I just go for 224 size. Okay. Then click add. So we need to add the two subnet. Okay. Go to next tag. Then review and create. So now our virtual network also created. So we step 1, step 2 completed. Then we need to just click create. So just initialize the deployment of our virtual network. You can see our deployment is succeed. So what we will just go to the resources. Then we need to clear. Address space is okay. Then we just go for subnet. So we have the two subnet. So next we need to create our firewall. Just type here firewall. Just click firewall. Then just click create. So after that you need to resource group select the previously create RJFM demo. The name of the firewall demo just 01. Then region West US, the same region. In availability zone currently we don't want, but SKU size premium it's okay. Then we need to select our policy. If you don't have the policy, just click add FW policy 01. Okay. Then West US same and premium size is okay. So whatever the firewall SKU size you selected, the same firewall policy you should select. Then after that choose the virtual network. So we already create the virtual network, so we need to choose our virtual network. Okay. Then public IP address, currently we don't have the public IP address, so we need to create the. So when the Azure Firewall in the dedicated public IP address and SKU size is standard and assignment is static. So just go for people, the name of our public IP address, then click OK. Forced tunneling currently I disable. Just go for next, then review and create. So just they will running the validation. So validation is passed, then just click create. So now we will create our firewall, we create our virtual network. So now we need to go for creating our virtual machine product. Okay, so just waiting for the deployment. So deployment in progress, so it's loading. So the deployment is ongoing, no problem. We will just go for the virtual machine. Just click here, virtual machine, click, then here Azure virtual machine create, then here the same resource group RJF1 demo, and here the name of your virtual machine VM prod 01. Okay, then same region. Availability is currently I don't want, trust no, because it's default. I will just go for only demo purpose. So then Windows Server 2 is okay, size is okay, then everything default. I just choose my username and password. Here also enter the password again. Okay, then currently I allow the inbound rule RDP338. Now just I select the next disk. Here disk I just go for the standard SSD. The remaining also same. Networking I choose my previously created the, yeah, so subnet already before created VNet subnet product. Okay, then public IP address automatically created, because currently we don't create any public IP address, so we just go for the creating the new one. So they automatically create the public IP. NIC is remaining same, so just go for next to management, next to monitoring, everything default, advanced also default, next tagging and repeat. So all the step I just go for the default because it's the demo purpose. Then after that I just click create. So validation is passed, then just click create. So just waiting for the virtual machine creation. So initialize the deployment. Okay, deployment is in progress, so we just go to Microsoft Azure. We will check the firewall. The firewall is process is almost done. We just go for, yeah, firewall also deployment in progress. So just waiting for the both will be completed. We just go for the our lab. Okay, now we finish our all the infrastructure, but we just waiting for our firewall and VM will be created. So now the both the deployment is succeeded, firewall and the virtual machine. So just we will go for our virtual machine first, then we need to, it's running, so just we will select the VM prod. So just we need to copy the public IP address, this one, just copy, then just go to remote desktop, paste, then show more option, VNP, then connect. Yes, remotely we connect our virtual desktop. So just keep it, just go for the firewall. So we check the firewall also public IP address, private IP address is 10.1.4, and public IP address we need to check what is the public IP address of our firewall. Yeah, we just copy this public IP address also. Pip firewall, because we need to later. Okay, because you know the virtual machine already running, you can go to just check browse in the Edge browser. You can see the traffic all now passing for the internet. You can browse internet and you can browse whatever you need, because traffic now until now not going to our through our firewall. So next step we needed to traffic, the product virtual machine traffic needed to go for our Azure firewall. So just close this one. I will show you the internet connectivity. Here you can go Edge, just click Microsoft Edge. See, you can browse your website from here, because the traffic still not going to the your Azure Firewall. So we need to go for check. We needed to go to checking our virtual machine here. Then you can go for VM prod. So we will check our effective routing. So just go for your network settings. Click the VM prod. Then you can go for effective route. So here you can see the route is still default and you can access to the internet. So what we need to do, we need to pass all our traffic to our Azure Firewall. So how to we can do this one? So just to make the route table. Then after that create your route. Then here choose the same RJFM demo. Then here the name of your route say route product prod VM. Then next, then next, then create. So now we will create our route table. Then after that create our route. So just waiting for the deployment. Here you can see our routing table is completed. So just we will go for route again, check the routing table. So here you can see our routing table is completed. So we will click the route. So we need to add the route. So what route you need? Prod route to FW firewall. So IP address destination 0.0.0.0/0. So any IP address coming in the routed to the virtual appliance. So what is our IP address of our firewall? We need 10 dot private IP address 1.1.4. 10 dot. You need to confirm. Just go to check. Just go to your firewall, click the firewall demo. So we need to know the private IP address of our firewall. So 10.1.1.4, just copy 10.1.1, just click add. Yeah, our successful add the route. Just close this one. Then we need to associate with our subnet. Just click the subnet, then click associate. Then you need to select our subnet. What is our subnet? VM prod. Okay, then click OK. So now VM prod is routed to our virtual appliance. Okay, so we just go to check again the effective route. Just click the effective route. It take little time to propagate it. So just wait. So here you can see our effective routing is for VM prod and network interface VM product. So here you can see before is valid and you all the passing to the internet. So now they change it to user, our source user, and state active, address prefix, and virtual appliance is the next to hop address. So all the traffic now the VM prod will be passing to the virtual appliance. So just you will go for remote see now the remote connectivity is closed because the traffic will be passing to our Azure Firewall. So basically default Azure Firewall will not allow any inbound or outbound traffic. So we need to implement the rules to accessing our VM product virtual machine through our Dnat rule. Okay, firewall rules. So just close this. We need to go for our firewall again. So just click the firewall. So here we needed to firewall policy. Just click the firewall policy. So here we need to implement our firewall rules, Dnat rules, network rules, and application rules. So first we need to go for Dnat rules. So we need to give the access remote desktop access to our VM product. Okay, so what we will do, just click add rule collections. Then here you need to enter allow prod RDP. Okay, we allow the RDP connection to the product. So priority value, whatever the priority value you need, higher priority have the lower value. Okay, so lower priority have the higher value. So I just select 100, then I just go for select the, so here rule collection automatically selected Dnat rule. Okay, just keep it. Then here you need to enter the name allo rdp prod, then here source IP address. So I don't know what is the source IP address. If you know the source IP address, you give the source IP. So currently I am accessing through the public internet, so I don't know the IP address. If you know, just give the IP address. So I just go for the star, then here I will select the protocol TCP. Then here what is the destination port? 3389. This is a remote desktop connection port. Then destination firewall is firewall public IP address. So here you can go, you can see the firewall public IP address. This is your firewall public IP address. So just copy, then paste here. Okay, then after that translated IP address or full call. So we needed to translate IP address through our private IP address of our product VM. So product VM private IP address you already copy here. What is this one? No, here. So just check in the virtual machine, click VM product, then go for down. Then you can see 10.1.4. just copy, paste it. So now then which port you need to receive the connection traffic? 3389. So 3389 is the remote desktop ports. Okay, then click add. So what happened? We needed to add the Dnat rules for our firewall. So we need to access the our remote desktop connection to the our VM product virtual machine. So just waiting for the rule will be completion. Adding the rule collection is started. So just wait for the completion. We successfully added our rule collection Dnat rule. So we needed to check the remote connectivity is acceptable or no. Just to copy the public IP address of your firewall. Just copy. Then go to remote desktop connection. Then here paste. Then show more option. Then click admin P. See here we will just try to connect. Then click your password of your virtual machine. Yeah, click yes. So now you understand Dnat rule. You connect your private virtual machine through your public firewall IP address. So here we just click Microsoft website again. So you can see you don't have the internet access to connect to a www.microsoft.com. So next one we need to create to how to we can access the this www full qualified microsoft.com. So just to copy. So now we complete our Dnat rule. So next one we need to enter the application rule. Just click the application rule. So we need to give the access to the Microsoft website through our product VM. Okay, so just click add rule collection. Then we need to enter the name of the rule allo Microsoft website Microsoft. Okay, then here rule type is application, full qualified domain, priority we need to choose the priority 500. Then allow, we need allow or permit or deny the traffic. We need to allow the traffic. Rule collection application rule. Then here we need to enter the name allow Microsoft, just FQDN. Okay, then here source IP address. So what is your source address? Source address means your private IP address of your VM. 10.1.2.4. then protocol HTTPS, destination full qualified type. So here you just go for full qualified. So what is your website name? www. You have paste, you can paste, yeah, www.microsoft.com. then after that just click add. So now we will implement our application rule. So just waiting for the completion of the application rule. So just go for here, we just waiting for the rule will be completion. So now you can here see your application rule successfully added. So just we need to go for checking our remote desktop. So just to refresh this page, we can check. See, now you can access the www.microsoft.com. So before you have not allow your outbound traffic to the firewall. So now the Azure firewall will be allowed the traffic to access the full qualified domain www.microsoft.com. So now we needed to application rule completed, Dnat rule completed. For next one, network rule. So network rule, before I will show you something, we will go for network rule before. So I just make one server. So server name, the web server rejoskill.com. So we will copy this one. Then we just copy this public IP address. So paste here. So this is my web server, is web server rejoskill.com. So just we will go for our remote desktop for our VM product. We checking we can access or no. See, action deny reason no rule match to the proceeding with the default action. So we needed to give the access for our web server in the production VM. So how to we can do? We just go for our Azure Firewall. We just implement our network rule. So just create add rule collection. So allow web server rejoskill. Okay. Then here rule collection type. What is the rule collection type you need? Just click network, and here the priority value. I will go for the priority value 300. It's okay. And rule collection, just click allow. Deny means no traffic will not permit. Allow means we need to allow the traffic. And rule collection, we need to select the network rule. So here just allow web server. Okay. Then here the IP address, and source means your computer is the source. So the private IP address of the production VM. Okay. But 10.1.2.4. Okay. Then protocol we will go for TCP. Then here the destination port is 80, because you will go for HTTP, right? So then we need to destination IP address. So we need to paste our IP address 422.397.42. After that we just IP address. Yeah, here we have the space 10.1.2.4. just if you have any space, this will not work. Just I remove the space 10.1.2.4. just click add. Now we just waiting for our rule will be completion. So just wait for the rule completion. Okay, you can see here our rule is successfully added our collection rule. So we just go for our VM and the production VM. We just check we can access or no. See, currently you cannot access here, the same reason, but we just copy the paste the same IP address, because maybe sometime the cache will be copied. So just click. So you can see here still. So I just go for no inconvenience window because the cache still is exist. So just click the new private window, just paste, then click. So now you can see you can access here your web server for rejoskill through your VM product. Accessibility, we need to go for here, we need to clear our history. Just click the history, then you just recently close. We need to delete all our history. Yeah, all the history I will clear now. Then we will close this one, then we need to close this also. Okay, try to again open the Edge browser. Just paste it again. See now web server resource skill is acceptable, because before that catch will be keep the copy, that's why you cannot access. The showing still the rule is not valid. So now you understand how to we can give the network rule to access your virtual machine to your web server in the outside your internet, okay, outside your network, okay. So now we complete Dnat rule, network rule and application rule. So you just click the rule collection, you can see the all the rule collection is populated here. See the default Dnat rule allow the product DP, default application rule already is there Microsoft, default network allow the web server resource skill. So now the priority value also available there. So now you understand how to we can implement the firewall rules in the inside the firewall policy in the Azure portal, okay. So now I wind up my topic. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel and support me. Thank you so much.